You're working hard in the gym, you're showing up each week, but you're still not seeing muscle. I used to be the same. I was training hard, but I still had a lot of fat on my body. I didn't feel good. But this one thing changed it all for me. It got me in sick shape. It got me feeling so proud and so confident with my body. And I'm going to show you how you can do it too. As I just finished a gym session one day, and I just took my top off. I always like to look at myself after a gym session, see a little pump. I remember I took my top off, and I was so shameful of what I saw. I took it off, looked in the mirror, and I thought I'd see like muscle. I thought I'd feel big. Instead, I just felt like I saw a lot of fat. I felt like I looked the same as before, but just heavier, just more unhealthy. And I had this weird feeling like I didn't like looking myself in the mirror. I don't know, I just like felt like I had to look away when I was looking myself in the mirror. And I wasn't feeling very good at all. And I remember one of my friends, he walked in, like into the changing rooms at the same time. And I still had my top off, and like I turned around like to say all right to him and whatnot. And he said to me, he didn't say it in a malicious or any like horrible way, but he said, "Oh wow, you've got a bit of a belly now." And I heard it and I was like, "Oh yeah, I do." And it just didn't feel good. It was like, I just realised like, damn, I actually do as well. I felt so repulsive in that moment. Like I just hated it. As I went gym a lot, like I didn't miss many sessions at all. Not regularly did I miss a session. But I didn't look how I wanted to look, and I was training hard as well. I was actually going for it. I was tracking my reps, my weights, everything. I was making sure my workouts were optimal, making sure I was doing the best thing. But I was still looking awful. I was still not looking how I wanted to look. And I didn't understand what it was. As I was counting my calories, I was eating every food, but I was bulking. And I was like, why aren't I making the muscle I want? Why aren't I looking how I want? I felt so discouraged at times. I really thought about like quitting the gym. I thought about just doing something else instead, because it's like, it's just not working. Maybe it's not for me. Maybe it's my genetics. These were like thoughts I had, because how am I not making muscle? I'm doing everything right, am I not? And it was New Year's Eve at this point, and it was quite late at night, and I decided I'm going to start running now, because I've got too much fat on my body. I'm not looking how I want to look. Every day this year, I'm going to run. I'm going to get in really good shape by doing this. So I set off on my first run, and I was just going to do a little one, you know what I mean? Start with a warm little run. So I run to Tesco's and back. It's about a mile from my house. I'm running, and I get to Tesco's, and I turn around. I'm coming back, and I remember on the way back, my legs just being on fire, like my calves killing, and so are my quads. I'm not even running at a fast pace anymore. Like you know when you're so tired, you're not even running. You're just like, you're doing a running motion, but you're going at a walking pace. I'm doing that. I'm going at grandma pace. I'm panting. I can feel the sweat coming down from my forehead. And I'm thinking like, how have I got this unfit? How am I this like unhealthy? I'm going gym every day. I'm being consistent, but I can't run a mile. It felt awful. It felt so sad. It was a dark day outside, and I just didn't feel good at all. This was a low point. This is when I decided to change it all. As I remember I came back, and for the next couple of days I was sitting in my room here just watching my laptop, and I was watching all this fitness stuff. I was trying to find out like, why am I messing up? Why aren't I making muscle? I was like, I've got to get in good shape. And I was watching a lot about diet, as I knew my diet weren't good. Everyone told me my diet weren't good. I was eating like Belgian buns, pizzas, bagels. I wasn't eating healthy. I was just eating whatever my mum made me, and a lot more sweets than I probably should have. So I'm sitting here and I'm watching all these videos on diet. I'm learning about different diets, what's happening with your body, what's happening like when you eat protein, when you eat fat, what are the best proteins, what are the best fats. And like to simplify it, I found out the sugar, the processed foods, the ultra processed foods, all the foods that are made in factories and aren't natural are actually what's ruining my physique. And all the foods I'm eating are unnatural, they're ultra processed. I don't remember one food I had that was whole foods, that was unprocessed. Every food I had, the chicken nuggets, burgers, pizzas, quiche, any foods, even the healthy ones, like the protein shakes, the protein bars, protein yogurts, even those ones that I thought were healthy, they were making me fatter. They were putting the fat on my body. And I was like, I've got to change this all. I've got to fix this. So I found someone called Eddie Abu. He talked about whole foods, the diet that's actually good for you, and having nutrients in your body, as these whole foods give you the nutrients. I was like, this is what I'm doing. I'm eating whole foods. I'm never going to touch a junk food or ultra processed food again. And I remember I'm standing in my kitchen. I've got this motivation. I'm like, yeah, I'm not touching a junk food. I'm not touching anything processed. And I look in every cupboard. Everything's processed. Like, I swear, I'm looking at the ingredients of each thing to see how many ingredients is. You can only have 1 or 2 ingredients in the food, and that probably isn't processed. So I'm looking at all these things. 10 ingredients, 12 ingredients. I look at tomato ketchup, crazy amount of ingredients. I look at the quiche that I was eating that night, and I was like, too many ingredients. And I feel so overwhelmed. I feel so anxious. I'm like, how am I going to get in good shape? How am I going to eat the whole foods? But I found recipes. I started going to the shop, buying my own steak, buying my own chicken, and cooking it for myself, doing it all myself. Cooking, just buying the plain chicken and seasoning it, cooking it yourself. Meal prepping every day. I started doing this. I started doing what I had to eat whole foods. And it did take a while to like get into a routine where I was eating 100% whole foods each day. But when I did, I felt brilliant. I honestly had so much energy. I felt so much better. I remember like being in my room, and I did a workout in the morning. I come back to my room, I'll be bored, and I'll be like, I can work out again. I'm so energetic right now. I can do what I want. I can go for another workout. I can do another weight session. I feel so good. I just remember that feeling. I've never felt anything like that before. I remember I never had that much energy. Not even as a child, I didn't feel this vibrant. Like I could just run and run and run. Another thing I remember I went to a barber shop one day. I got my hair cut, and on the way home, I was like, I may as well run. Like, I just had this burst of energy. I was like, you know what, let's just run home. Why not? So I just run all the way home, just out of nowhere, just to feel good. So I was like, I'm feeling bored. Let's just run. So I had all this energy. I had all this feeling. And the physical transformation was crazy. This is what got me all the muscle. This is what I was never doing. As I went from 95 kg, with like, I had muscle, but I had a lot of fat, to now I'm at 80 kg, 81 kg. And I've got a lot of muscle, and I don't feel like I've got much fat at all on my body. I feel strong. I feel good. I feel like my progress happens so fast. As I'll go gym and I'll do a bench press. I'll do like 100 for 3 reps. And I'll go gym next week, and I feel like I'm doing 100 for 4, 100 for 5. I feel like I've got new gains all the time. I'm just banging the gym. So the one thing that held me back was all those trips to Aldi, all those times sitting in my kitchen at 2 a.m. eating junk food. That's what was ruining it all for me. That was how I couldn't make progress, and I needed to. I had to. But until I stopped eating junk food, I didn't. So if you have any questions down below, please comment them now. But apart from that, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.